love these anime boys. Sexy anime boys, I like these sexy anime boys. Hey everyone, my name is Miles J and welcome to Weeabooland. And these are my top 10 favorite boys love manga. Now I call it boys love or BL because every time I say yaoi, someone's either like, what's that? Or, it's yaoi, not yaoi. Boys love is pretty straightforward. As straight as this genre can get. Before we begin, trigger warning. BL tends to have a lot of sexual assault. I've read a lot of BL manga and this is how it typically goes. The uke, which is the bottom, is the one who walks in on the seme, which is the top. Now, the seme is usually the one doing the sexual assault. Shortly after the uke is sexually assaulted, they soon start to catch feelings. They're like, what? Maybe it wasn't that bad. And when I was younger, I got caught up in that shit and thought it was okay to make a video like this. Be careful what you put online, kids, and be careful what media you consume because you don't want to look like Boo Boo the Fool. This is a huge trope in the genre that I extremely dislike because it rationalizes rape and sexual assault. So with this list, I tried to stay as far away from that as I possibly could. Now, without further ado, my top 10 favorite boys love manga. Coming in at number 10 is Kyungha Yee's Intense. Doesn't it look intense? Just look at how intense that cover is. This book stars our protagonist, Ji-woon Kang, who is actually in the Korean mafia, and he is just not doing right by them. So they say, you know what? Get the fuck out. So they pair him up with a man named Suhan, but Suhan cannot talk. He is mute. The artistry, darling, like, ooh, he's so bloody right here. Got blood smear on his face. Ooh, the action. The beauty. Ooh, look how pretty those reactions are. I'm so sorry for stretching the spine out like this so bad, but oh my gosh, the art in this book is wonderful. However, I have to be honest with you guys. I have not finished this. Coming in at number 9 is ELFL Delusion by Nakota Yonezo. This is a high school manga. We love those first loves and things of that nature. It's always sweetest when it's the first love, isn't it? It's also the most bitter. In this manga, our love interests, Shunpei and Fumi, are childhood best friends. Isn't that always how it starts off? Fumi tells Shunpei that he is gay and is actually interested in going out with another guy at school. Shunpei is like, what? However, Shunpei is very accepting of his bestie and he's like, okay, you know I would love you, man. You know I love you, bro. We bros for life. Fumi brings his boyfriend up to Shunpei and Shunpei is pissed. Shunpei's like, how you gonna date this basic ass, bum ass bitch over me? Why wouldn't he choose me first? Like, we're best friends. We're the childhood friends. Why wouldn't I be his first pick? Shunpei is out here a whole supposed ass straight man and just all up in Fumi's gay ass business. Like, so what is it, Shunpei? What is it? Coming in at number 8, Tightrope by Natsume Isaku.
Even another mafia drama!
In this story, Ryu is being pressured to take over for the Yakuza. Ryu also has a best friend, Naoki, who he's grown up with, but Naoki is not in the Yakuza business whatsoever. And I think the main thing Ryu and Naoki have in common is they like to fight. They are beating bitches' ass left and right. They always got each other's backs. So since Naoki is a civilian, Ryu's like, you cannot come with me to the Yakuza. Like, you need to go off and have a nice family and get married with children and cats and grandcats, and then maybe if you want to, you can bring them over. I mean, it's pretty flowery for mafia stuff. Compared to Intense, it's like night and day. Coming in at number 7, Usagi Otoko Toro Otoko, which translates to Rabbit Man and Tiger Man. And this is by Hanma Akira. Okay, this one's a trip. Get this, Dr. Uzuki, you follow me? He's minding his own business, walking down the street when he sees a Yakuza. Yup, this is another Yakuza drama manga. Anyway, he spots a Yakuza member lying in the middle of the street. He is bleeding out. The Yakuza member is bleeding out. Yes, you heard me correctly. He patches the Yakuza guy up, and then the Yakuza guy's like, I'm good. I'm gonna go my own way now. And he's like, okay. So he leaves and goes back to work the next day. However, he spots the Yakuza man. Dr. Uzuki freaks out. He's like, this guy is coming to kill me. He wants to shut me up because I saw him shot in the middle of the street. And as y'all know, guns are highly illegal in Japan. Wish they were illegal somewhere else too. Later, we find out Nonami actually thinks Dr. Uzuki is Dr. Suzuki. So he thinks he is a girl. Nonami physically reaches down into Dr. Uzuki's pants to inspect what's going on, and he screams, "What is that? What is that?" I was so stressed during that scene. There was that fucking sexual assault. Nonami is extremely flustered. He did not know he was a man. Coming in at number 6 is Love Stage by Aki and illustrated by Taishi Zhao. This manga starts out with local anime otaku, yes, you heard me right, Sana Izumi. His parents, on the other hand, are extremely famous superstars. His father is an amazing musician. His mother is a world-renowned actress. His brother in a huge band called the Crushers with a Z. So you know they're bad. You know they're bad. In like a good way.
Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good, you know?
So his family, low-key, high-key, looks down on him. They're like, you know, live your dreams, support your dreams, but you know, shouldn't you like get a real job? It's a lot like me here on YouTube right now. In the beginning of this manga, we see his parents taking him on set to really groom him for that superstar lifestyle. However, Izumi is a complete anxiety-ridden mess. I mean, he's an otaku. He fits the description. I mean, if y'all are watching this, you already know. They dress him up as a little flower girl because they're having a fake wedding for this commercial shoot. He cannot do it. He instead pisses himself and cries and screams and runs away. And later his love interest, Ryoma, comes in and gives him a special marble. He says the marble holds special powers that can help him calm down and looks a lot like his eye color. And the boy is so touched. Izumi is so touched. He's like, oh, I think I can do this now. So they change him in his dress, they get the shot, and that's the last time Izumi's ever on set until another opportunity comes up to do the sequel to that commercial. Yup, that's right. However many years later, they're bringing all the main cast back, and guess who's gonna be there? Ryoma. And Ryoma has been feeling that little girl, what he thought was a girl, okay, that little flower girl. He was so excited to see her, and oh, he's got a trip ahead of him. The drama ensues. Coming in at number 5, 7 Days by Rihito Takadai and Benio Tachibana. Now this one is a little bit of a slow build. It's another high school drama for those who are interested. The main character, Shino Yuzuru, is a very beautiful boy with a very ugly personality. His girlfriends, his love interests, all break up with him very shortly after meeting him. On the flip side, his junior, Suryu Toji, is the ladies' man. But a rumor about Suryu is spreading that if you ask him out on Monday, he will agree and go out with you for that whole week. So the girls are like, what? A week just for me? Oh my God. Oh, fuck this pussy. Once Shino hears this rumor, he's like, oh, okay, well, let's try some new things. And on Monday, Shino goes up to Suryu and asks him the question, will you go out with me? And Suryu, being 100% dead ass, is like, yeah, I will. I guess he'll just say yes to anybody. Coming in at number 4 is Happy Ending, which is by the same person who created Intense. Now these are both manhwas, which is the Korean way to say manga, I guess. In this manga, a rich guy is super lonely up in his penthouse mansion. He's like, oh, look at all the things I have, but no one to share it with. Typical rich people problems, right? He calls this service called Happy Ending. Right? Get out? Happy Ending is basically a high-class escort service. I mean, you can call, somebody will arrive at your door, and you may or may not participate in sex acts, but they will act as your lover, but you just gotta make sure you have that check. So after he orders his personal human love doll, they arrive at the door, ring the doorbell, and he opens it up. It's a man. Are we surprised? No. This manhwa took me for a loop, and that's good and bad. And that is all I'm going to say. Coming in at number 3, that's a 2. Coming in at number 3 is Kanya mo Nemunanai, Another Sleepless Night by Yamamoto Kotetsuko. So this one's about a college freshman named Rihia. He's like, I am so lonely. I don't have a boyfriend. Like, who's gonna love me? So naturally, he joins a dating site. Once he matched up with somebody, he's like, okay, let's go on this date. And he falls for it, and he falls into a trap. Trigger warning. He is sexually assaulted. There happens to be a little rug on the wall with a, strange insignia, and he nuts on the insignia. And it starts glowing, and a demon comes out. And the demon's like, did you summon me? Is this nut on my face? And then the demon says, well, okay, I'm here. What's your wish? Naturally, Rahia is like, get me the fuck out of this situation. The rapists are dealt with. They got what they deserved. And this demon is still on Earth with a parrot, by the way, that speaks. That's how that manga starts. Like, are we actually surprised that he summoned a demon with his semen? This is an excellent manga. This is gonna sound atrocious, but I love any lore involving demons, especially demons that fall in love, because it's pretty much everything against their nature. They're not supposed to be loving creatures of any kind. So when they do fall in love, it's just like real sweet, because it took them a long way to get there. And this demon and this human are paired up, and it's really interesting to see what the demon world is like versus the human world and this whole world that they've created with demons. So I definitely recommend it. That's why it's pretty high up there. And the comedy is amazing. The art is beautiful and cute and adorable. And I fell in love with the characters so quickly. Coming in at number 2, Complex by Manda Ringo. Now, Complex is literally that. It is very complex. It starts from when the characters are kids all the way up until they die, until they are old and die. Keep that in mind. It is a heavy series. It is heavy. I think I binge read it all in one night. I was just so drawn, no pun intended, by the story. The beginning is really rough because it starts when they are kids, and there's a teacher who has an eye out for them, and he tries to molest them, and it's just really gross. I could gather what was happening after I flipped some pages. So the rest of the series is, I don't want to explain too much because I want you guys to live their life through, their eyes and stuff like that. But you get to see everything: fights, arguments, loving moments, cute moments, sad moments, just like a whole lifetime of stuff. After I finished reading it, I was just like,
It's been 84 years.
It is a very old school series, but a very good read. Coming in at number 1, Rin by Satoru Kanagi and Yukine Honaru. In this high school drama, Katsura, a local, is in archery club. However, whenever he goes up to shoot his bow, to shoot his shot, he always gets super nervous and flings it off in another direction, and he's the embarrassment to the entire town. So his childhood friend, So, comes to him and just gives him a big old hug, and that calms Katsura right on down. And then he can shoot his bow with pure intentions and blah 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 and splotty splotty splotty. However, they start growing up, they start growing old, and So is about to graduate high school. He is on his way out. Katsura is low-key freaking out. He's like, I still need his hugs. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, what's gonna happen? So his best friend Koichi offers to, I don't know, give a little smoochy smooch or a little huggy hug. And Katsura's like, Koichi is jealous of So, because Koichi kind of has a little crush on Katsura, okay? And So has a crush on Katsura, but he don't want to say nothing. So this manga mainly focuses on Katsura building himself up inward as well as outward. And I really, really, really loved this boys love manga because I think it was one of the first ones I ever read that wasn't solely focused on sex, sexual assault. This is a sports drama, kind of. It's very focused on archery, but in a very metaphorical sense.
This manga is so pure.
It makes you wait for that first kiss as well as that one sex scene. It really makes you wait. I'd say this manga would be a great introduction to boys love. That's why it's at my #1. It is a pretty short series. However, still compelling. And that's it. Thanks for coming to Weeaboo Land. I hope you enjoyed this list. Down below, let me know if you have any recommendations or your own top 10 yaoi/BL list. Ooh, I can't wait to see how steamy the comments get down below. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, that's it.